First, I start with copper sulfate, and the easiest way to get that without spending too much is using root killer, the kind you can buy at most hardware stores. It's basically pure copper sulfate crystals. I pour the root killer into a clean container, something that can handle heat and won't react with the solution. Next, I heat up some water. You don't want it boiling, but you want it hot enough that it helps the crystals dissolve more easily. The hotter the water, the quicker the copper sulfate will break down and mix in. Once the water is ready, I slowly pour it into the container with the crystals and start stirring. You'll notice the water immediately begins to turn a deep blue. That's the copper sulfate dissolving. The key is to keep stirring until the crystals are fully dissolved and you have a nice, even solution with no leftover chunks at the bottom. If you notice crystals sticking at the bottom, don't worry. Just keep stirring and let the heat do its job. If needed, you can repeat the process by heating up a little more water and adding it in until everything is fully dissolved. The goal is a smooth, clear blue solution with no leftover chunks. This heating and dissolving process is key because if your solution isn't fully mixed, your plating won't be smooth. It can come out patchy or rough. Taking the time here really pays off in the final results. I actually pulled out some copper crystals from my previous bath. These build up over time as the copper dissolves and redeposits inside the tank, especially if you run it for long sessions. I repeat the process, heat up more water, pour it in, and keep stirring. The key here is to keep repeating. Warm up water, add it in, and make sure the solution stays hot enough to fully dissolve the root killer. This is a process of patience. You don't just dump everything in at once. You let it dissolve slowly, keep mixing, then repeat. Warm up water, pour it in, stir, dissolve. Then warm up more water and repeat. This is a process of patience. You don't just dump everything in at once. You let it dissolve slowly, keep mixing, then repeat. Warm up water, pour it in, stir, dissolve. Then warm up more water and repeat. After stirring for a bit, I can see that most of the crystals are starting to dissolve into the hot water. The solution is turning that nice deep blue, which is exactly what I want. Right now it's almost there. You can tell when the bottom of the container looks clear instead of sandy. Just a little more water, a little more stirring, and this copper solution will be completely ready for plating. Once everything is mixed together, I let the solution cool down and settle. You'll see that nice clear blue color. This is what tells you the copper sulfate has fully dissolved and the solution is ready to go. If you have a filter, it's a good idea to run the solution through it just to catch any leftover particles. And that's it. You now have a homemade copper electroplating solution. From here, you can use it in your plating setup, connect your electrodes, adjust the current, and start plating your conductive 3D prints or any other objects you want to cover in copper. So that's the full process, from root killer crystals to a working copper electroplating bath. Super simple, but also really satisfying to make it yourself and know exactly what's in your solution.